Hey guys, this is Travel RN Family. I know it's been a while since my last video. Well, about 10 months since the last video, which is just crazy. You know, the original intent of this channel was to walk you guys through the process and everything that we were doing in order to take our family of 6 and travel across the country as, well, a traveling family and me working as a traveling nurse. Which is what we're doing. We're still doing that. You guys didn't get to see the process. So this is going to be the second video, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through what we did to get ready to start the journey. I mean, essentially this video is going to serve as kind of a catch-up from where we started at with the first video to where we're at now. So during the first video, we lived in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska. I had taken a 2-year contract there back in 2016. We had talked about the idea of, taking a 13-week travel contract in Alaska because we wanted to see it, and maybe we could start our travel journey there, but I just didn't feel comfortable doing that yet. I had just been a nurse for about 1.5 years as an OR nurse, and I just wasn't ready. So instead, we decided to take a 2-year contract in Alaska. It would give us the opportunity for me to train more, to become, more efficient in my field. It would also give us the opportunity to see more of Alaska than we could fit into 13 weeks. And it definitely gave us that opportunity. So I started my contract in December of 2016, which gave me an end date of December of 2018. About December of 2017, we had decided that we were ready. I was ready to travel full-time as a nurse. I felt like I had the skills. I felt like I was just ready. We were ready to go. We had seen what we wanted to see in Alaska. We had hit all the items on our bucket list, and we were just ready to go. So in late 2017, we had began making plans for our departure in December of 2018. Our biggest hurdle was that we had purchased a home in Anchorage when we had moved there in 2016. So we needed to figure out what we were going to do with that house. And so what we decided was we were going to put it up for rent. So we found a good property management company there to manage it while we were away. And we put it on the market in September of 2018 with a hopeful move-in date of a tenant moving in on December 1st of 2018. And then we would get an Airbnb because my contract ended December 7th. So we get an Airbnb for those, 7 days until we left. It didn't work out like that. We put it on the market September 1st, and we had someone who wanted to move in that very next week. So we had about 1.5 weeks to downsize everything and move out of the house because we weren't going to let the tenant go. And that's exactly what we did. We put everything online to sell. We had a garage sale, and we went through everything. It really lit a fire under us to just get everything gone. Sell it, move it, donate it, pack it. The one thing we didn't want to do was store anything. We didn't think that we had anything necessarily that was worth storing, and we didn't want to pay that out every month for something that we didn't really feel the value of. So in the end, we had just about a week to get rid of everything. We did great. We were left with 10 bags full of stuff. We have 4 kids, so we had clothes, toys, books, shoes for everybody, pajamas, socks, you name it. We had, everything necessary for them. We had a toiletries suitcase, just full of everything that they would need, toothbrushes for us, for them, just everything, all of our computers and things like that. So now it's the middle of September. Well, what do we do now? What we had done was we moved into an Airbnb for the remainder of that time. We moved into an Airbnb until, I left in December of 2018. Hindsight being what it is, we probably could have culled down some more of our stuff, and we definitely will for our next travel assignment. Our goal is to have 1 duffel bag for each kid. 1 duffel bag for me, 1 duffel bag for my wife, and then to have like an extra bag for all of our extra items like, our computers and things like that. That's our ultimate goal. So that'll be our goal for traveling to our next destination. So where are we now? Currently, we are in Dallas, Texas. We are from Dallas originally, but because we moved from Dallas area to Anchorage, Alaska and purchased a home, our residency shifted. So we're currently Alaska residents, and that allowed me to take a travel contract here back in Dallas, which is great. You know, we love the Dallas area. We want, you know, before we begin our big journey, you know, we're here to see family, and it kind of gives us a little bit of taste of, you know, what we're in for. So how did I find my first contract? Well, I went to Blue Pipes. It's a great website for those looking to travel. It's got all kinds of great resources and everything like that, as well as, you know, gypsy nurses. That's a really good website as well. Anyway, so Blue Pipes has a list of the top, I think, 100 travel agencies for nurses. I just took the top 3. You know, I called those companies directly, and I got a recruiter with each one. And I started asking questions. I let them know, hey, I'm looking to go to Dallas, Texas first. I already have my Texas license, so I didn't have to worry about that. You know, I told them what my minimum was. You know, as a family, you know, we need to make more than a single traveling nurse. So I'm only going for those high-hitting contracts. They are out there, and we'll talk about those in future videos, how you can obtain them, what to look for, and a recruiter to find that, and things of that nature. So I told them what I was looking for. All 3 of those agencies couldn't find me what I was looking for, at least not in the Dallas area. So I had to expand my net a little more, and I ended up going with Health Trust. They used to be Parallon, and they only staff HCA facilities. And they were able to find me a CVOR position here in the Dallas area, making what I wanted to make, which is great because we're here. We started our contract mid-December. It's going to go till about March, and I'm not sure if I'm going to renew this contract or not. Love the people I'm working with. I'm making decent money, so I think I will renew. And we're going to talk about this in future videos, you know, how to ask for more money during a renewal, some negotiation strategies, some hacks, if you want to say, that you can use to get more money when you do renew a contract. Because, you know, if you think about it, your initial contract, you know, the travel agency is putting money into you as far as all the testing you have to go through, your orientation, and all this other stuff. Well, when you renew a contract, you don't. So there's still that extra little chunk of money that's sitting there, and you need to know how you can go in and you can grab that money for yourself instead of letting the travel agency have that money. So we'll talk about that in future videos. We're also going to talk about health insurance. As a travel nurse, travel companies have some amazing health insurance. I talked to one agency, and the health insurance was free. It was Blue Cross Blue Shield. They footed the bill. It was great. However, for a family, they wanted to charge about $1,600 a month, which is totally not worth it. You know, if that's what you're paying for health insurance, you might as well not travel, because then all your money's getting eaten up through that way. So in future videos, we're going to talk about health insurance, how we do it, how we prepare for, you know, things like that, and how we keep our family covered. We're also going to talk about the different agencies. We're going to talk about the different specialties in the future. You know, I'm currently a CVOR nurse. I have my ACLS, my BLS, and my CNOR certificate. And, you know, we're going to talk about the different specialties and, you know, where you might rank in that specialty and where the pay is. There's obviously pay is in the niches. You know, wherever there's a high value specialty, that's where the high hitting contracts are. So we're going to talk about that in future videos as well. There's just a lot to talk about, and I know that it was 10 months since the last video, but the goal now that we are past all that stressful stuff that we were dealing with back in Anchorage, you know, cooling down everything, taking care of the house, and, you know, getting our kids settled and ready to go, and the November earthquake, I don't know if you guys heard about that, but we were there for that 7.0 earthquake back in November. It was just a stressful time. So that's over, but the videos are going to be coming. There's going to be some great information coming to you guys. My experiences, as well as my wife's experience and all of our kids' experience with, you know, travel nursing, what we're doing, the different activities we're seeing, just everything. You know, we're going to put it all out there for you guys to learn from, and hopefully you guys make the decision to travel as a family, because I know it seems stressful and it seems like it's a lot of work, which it is. It is a lot of work to get a family out there. You know, you're not single. You have other little people that you have to care for and that depend on you, and so you've got to make it, you know, lucrative for you, as well as making it so that, you know, they can still live their life and have a great life. We're going to talk about schooling, like what do we do for school? You know, do we homeschool? Do we have like a public school option where we're residents of? You know, how do we road school? You know, what do we do to accomplish that? We're going to talk about where we live, how we live, like do we live in an RV, do we Airbnb places, what do we do. We're also going to talk about some interesting things I found online this week as far as, where travel nurses can go. The different contracts that you guys can get. You might think that you might just be limited to the continental United States, but you're really not. We found contracts kind of everywhere for traveling nurses, and I think as a family it's definitely something great to show your kids and to do as a family. So there's going to be a lot of information on this channel, so I hope you guys can stick with me. I know it's been a bit, but we're going to get some more videos out there. So I'm going to sign off now. This is Chris with Travel RN Family, and I'll see you guys soon.